Welcome to a new series. I'm deeming it the Dragon's Corner. We're taking a different approach to the card scene and the commentating part side of things, where we actually want to delve a bit into our player rosters within the card scene in the card community. In today's main event, in today's interview, we have one of the proteges, one of the top, if not the top player in the community, Adnan. Adnan. Welcome, my good sir. Welcome and thank you for coming. Thank you for joining this call. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, look, we're gonna keep it short and simple because we want the juicy parts. We want the information because we want to give the people what they want. Okay. So I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions. Answer it as best as you possibly can, because at the end of the day, you are a goat. So, let's get
Okay.
let's get to it. So, Adnan, how do you actually, and this is an important question because a lot of players don't know how to do this. So this is an important question. How do you analyze your gameplay and identify areas for improvement after a big win or a loss?
Um, I'll say I can only do it if you do lose a game, because if you win a game, it doesn't really matter how you play. As long as you win, you win. You know. If you play bad,
Mm,
it's sort of whatever. But if you but if you don't win, then like the best thing to do is if it's possible, to watch the games back, see where you messed up. Take accountability for like if you messed up this map, if you messed up here over here. You gotta like do stuff like that, so you can see, maybe I should have gotten this skill, maybe I should have taken this route. There's a
mm,
lot of things you can do, but it's very situational. Because there is sometimes, you might like lose, but it's not your fault. If you like your teammates play bad, there's a lot of stuff you can like blame it on.
mm,
But
mm.
I said there is no like really way of making it better. It's the same thing. You just come back next tournament better. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, 100%, 100%, 100%. And that's important because a lot of players don't do that. A lot of players don't take accountability for any actions that could have costed them the game. So it's an extremely important thing to do, especially in a team-based game and in the COD community. If you're aiming to be the best, you need to be able to understand where you went wrong and how to get better. And that's the only way, one of the only ways that you can do it. So that's great information, great information. So, can you also take us through the process for learning and mastering new maps, game modes, and possibly gameplay mechanics? Like, what do you do when a new card comes out and you have to start all over again? How do you master those mechanics?
The most important thing is just game time. Like, even if someone is much more talented than you, if you have much more game time than them, there's like a very high chance you're actually going to be better than that player. So it's the same thing applies with the new cards. If you can get more game time than like almost everyone else, you will most probably be the best. You obviously have to have talent, but game time is like the most important thing. So new maps, that one's hard to answer. It's same thing. Just play the game. You can like hop
Mm.
into a private match if that's what you want to do. You can see a bit there, see angles and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the main thing is just game time, playing ranked, playing scrims, playing eights, all of
Mm.
those things.
No, 100%. Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. Then, this is a question that's directed towards you as a person, as a player. So, how do you handle the mental and emotional demands of competing at the highest level? So, that includes dealing with stress, with tilt, and even scrutiny from fans and commentators.
Um, when it comes to stress, I would say like for me personally, it makes me play better. If there's more of a reason to perform, I feel like I do perform better. I feel like that's just a normal thing.
Mm,
Obviously, it goes from player to player, but like that's when people say like, oh, you're gonna be nervous. I'm like, I wanna be nervous because that is going to make me play better. And then from fans and commentators, I'll say like I really don't really care what other people say. If someone like calls me bad or stuff, it gives me more of a reason to play and play better. And then like, yeah, it's just, I feel like the harder it is, the more it's more of a reason to play better. If you have more stress, if you have more hate, it's just more of a reason to play better.
100%. That's an interesting answer because, I mean, especially being in the COD community for quite some time, you see that a lot of some players do somewhat get affected by how people who do support them treat them, especially within a game where they are messing up, uh, and
Mm.
it does tend to mess with a lot of people's mental situation in the game, and your mental state when playing the game is one of the most important things. I mean,
It is.
one
It
wrong
really
thing,
is.
100%, and one wrong thing, and it could cost you the game, could cost your team the game. So I mean, that's vital information. The fact that you are able to play under stress makes you perform better. So in essence, you perform better under pressure.
Yeah, it's more of a reason to play.
100%. Okay, so what role do you think teamwork and communication play in your success, and how do you foster the strong relationships with your teammates?
Teamwork and communication is very important. Like when it comes to comms and stuff like that. I don't know if you ever watched my team play, but we definitely by far have the best comms in this country. It's a very
Mm-hmm.
important thing because I feel like when people are getting like too hyped, too excited, I feel like that can sort of like blur out the team's comms. You know what I mean?
Mm.
When like it's more professional and everyone's just calling out, it's easy to think. You don't want it to be too loud. You want to be able to hear what you're doing, to see what you're doing,
Mm.
and
Mm.
then like from your teammates' relationships. For me personally, everyone I've teamed with in that moment, like I've been pretty good friends with them. It is an important thing. You can't just team with someone who's not your friend. It's really not going to work out. You will play better if you are teaming with people that you generally like to be around.
No, definitely, and I think that's the important thing, especially into it's not even pertaining to now how the COD scene works. I mean, pertaining to when CDL and CWL started a while back. I mean, if you're playing with a team and you are friends with them and there's chemistry, and if you play with them for a prolonged period of time, I mean, there's undoubtedly a chance where you guys can be undefeated, and obviously that's what we are seeing with your team because you guys are all good friends. There's chemistry, the way you guys come. I mean, I've seen some of your games, I've seen some of the streams as well, so it's undoubtedly 100% one of the best teams that I've seen play. Not even just locally, but yes, there's other teams internationally, but versus our local team, I think you guys also, based on the way you guys play in terms of the teamwork and the comms in game, and your ability to be flexible and change strats within a game, by far one of the best I've seen. So that was absolutely amazing. That was a great answer. Now,
Thank you.
brother, I'm going to throw you an extreme curveball. So I hope you're ready for this. I hope you're ready for this. I hope you're ready for this. Who, in your eyes, in your opinion, is the most overrated player, and who is the most underrated player in our current COD ZA?
That's a good question. Ooh, that's a really good question. It's easier to answer underrated actually. I'll
Okay.
say my current teammate, our coach. I'm gonna be playing the LAN with him. I say he's very underrated. I've never seen anyone talk about him. So I just like haven't seen him at all get any gas from anyone. And I think he will prove himself this next LAN.
Yeah.
And then overrated. That one's hard to say. First person that comes to mind is No Solution because when he did play my team on LAN,
Mm-hmm.
like he got smoked. You know, he got smoked. When we played the other teams, and people like talking like he's one of the best in the country when he's really not. Because when he played, you need to understand if you're one of the best or the best in the country, you must be able to play against the best. You can't only play against people who are worse than you and play well. You need to be able to play against the best players in the country and play well. That shows like true greatness. You know what I mean? So I'll
100%.
say like that's probably who I would have to say for the most overrated player. He's still a good player, but he's not as good as people say.
100%. Thank you. Thank you for that. And I mean, we have Metal State Land coming up now this weekend. You guys are playing at the land this weekend at Metal State, the Metal State playoffs at Rage. How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I'm pretty confident going in. I mean, you can't go into a tournament like even if you have the worst team, just for example, like you can't go into a tournament thinking you're gonna lose. You always have to go in thinking you're gonna win. So I am like definitely very confident. I'm excited to play some of these teams. I haven't played a few of these players on land, so I'm excited.
So you guys are going to be competing at the Metal State Land this weekend, and it's obviously undoubtedly it's not a big tournament, but it is big for this year for going to the new season of Black Ops 6. So I wanted to get your opinion on team placements. I mean, it is one of the top teams that's going through to land. So from your side of things, what is your opinion on the team placements that could possibly take place at this land?
I mean, for me, like as I said this earlier in the interview. I do think that my team is gonna win, so I do think we are gonna be the first place team. We play in the final. I'd probably say Highborn. They have I'll give it to them. They put a pretty good team together in this off season. Third and fourth place is hard. I feel like it's gonna come down to who plays better on the day. But I'm gonna say that the Elevate team is gonna place fourth, especially now that they don't have Hydra anymore. I think he was their best player by far, one of the best players in the country. So I think without him, they're definitely gonna place fourth. And Ariel, they have the experience, to show that they still have top team, so they do have upset potential. But I do think right now they're probably gonna place third.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at that there, and from HBZA side, who do you think could be your specific counterpart? Do they stand a chance against Nixuh? That's my question. Nixuh is the top team in the country, but do they stand a chance against you?
Do they stand a chance? I like to think that they do, because, as I said, we're not going in with our main team. It's not our main roster. We had a bit of internal issues. One of our players can't play. We are playing with a sub. We actually only got him yesterday, so we going in with 1 day of practice, which is fine. I'm still confident about my team, so I do think they do have a chance, because even though they are a new team, they've been playing now for a month straight. But with us, it's a new roster, but so they definitely do have a chance.
Great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. I'm excited to see what you are going to bring to the table for Nixuh. Obviously, from being in the community, I've seen and I've heard and I've obviously witnessed that you are indeed one of the best, if not the best player in the country. So keep it up. I love what I see, and I'm sure a lot of people can attest to it. They love what they see. They love talent, especially young talent and young blood. That means that you have a very long road ahead of you in terms of esports, in terms of competing at the highest level. So I want you to keep it up, and thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to come and have a chat with us. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And that's it from our side at the Dragon's Corner. I'm going to reiterate the name, the Dragon's Corner. It's still subject to change though, but we're sticking with it for now. So stay tuned for the next one.